Hey, Cowboys Nation. Today, we're talking about something that goes far beyond football, something that hits the heart of everyone who loves this game and respects the people behind the helmets. Life, as we all know, is unpredictable, and sometimes the tragedies we face off the field are far heavier than any loss on it. Today, we reflect on the story of Marshawn Kneeland, a young defensive end for the Dallas Cowboys, whose life was tragically cut short at just 24 years old. Marshawn was more than a player. He was a son, a boyfriend, a teammate, and a young man who carried dreams, pain, and hope in ways most of us cannot even begin to understand. His journey to the NFL was the kind of story that inspires anyone who's ever chased a dream. He had faced the loss of his mother, Wendy, unexpectedly earlier in the year, just days before the NFL Combine. She had always been there for him, cheering him on at every practice, supporting him through every challenge, and nurturing his ambition to play at the highest level. Losing her was a blow that nobody should have to endure, and yet, Marshawn pushed forward, completing the combine and entering the draft, determined to honor her memory and keep pursuing the life they had dreamed of together. It takes an extraordinary kind of strength to continue after such a loss, but even extraordinary strength sometimes cannot carry the weight of inner pain. This is where the story takes a turn that nobody can prepare for. Marshawn's struggles were private, hidden behind his success and his smiles. The world saw a promising young athlete, but what went unseen was the mental and emotional battle he was fighting daily. He had achieved what so many dream of, yet life had delivered a heartbreak too heavy to bear alone. His girlfriend shared messages that indicated he was in extreme distress, messages that showed just how desperate he felt. He was trying to navigate emotions and thoughts that so many of us cannot imagine, while everyone around him, even those who loved him most, could only try to reach him in time. What's painfully clear is that the attention-seeking rumors circulating before confirmation of his death were beyond cruel. They were harmful, insensitive, and unnecessary. Marshawn's life and his struggle should never have been twisted into content for clicks or debate. He was a human being first, and it is our responsibility, as a community, as fans, and as people, to uphold that truth. Social media can amplify voices, but it should never become a tool for exploiting tragedy or questioning the integrity of someone's life. The lesson here is not just about respect for a fallen athlete, but about humanity, recognizing that behind every post, every highlight, every story, there is a person with feelings, fears, and a family who love them. Even in the midst of this unimaginable tragedy, there's a story of resilience that must be told. Marshawn's path through grief and loss, his perseverance through the combine, and his eventual draft to the Cowboys are a testament to his determination, his dedication, and the love he had for the game. Football gave him purpose, structure, and a dream to chase, but it was not the only thing that defined him. He was defined by the relationships he nurtured, by the people who mattered most in his life, and by the quiet strength he carried even when he felt it slipping away. This is a reminder to all of us. Never take someone's smile at face value. You can never fully know the battle someone is facing just by looking at them. Marshawn's story is not just about loss. It is a wake-up call for empathy. It is about checking in on your friends, your family, your teammates. It is about understanding that mental health is real, that it is serious, and that even the people who seem to have it all together can be struggling more than we realize. It's about extending grace, compassion, and support before it's too late. We also need to challenge the way we consume and spread information. The NFL, the Cowboys organization, and every fan community have a responsibility to handle sensitive topics with care. False rumors, insensitive speculation, and reckless commentary only compound the pain for families, friends, and teammates. Marshawn's life, though tragically short, deserves to be remembered with dignity. Every interaction we have online and offline can either honor that dignity or diminish it, and it is up to us to choose the right path. Even as we mourn, there's a lesson in strength and vulnerability. Marshawn showed incredible courage by continuing to chase his dream, even as he faced loss and personal challenges. His journey reminds us that dreams are fragile, that life is precious, and that sometimes the most important victories are invisible. Those battles fought quietly inside the mind and heart of a person. And for us as fans, as human beings, It is a responsibility to carry that understanding forward, to lift each other up, to acknowledge pain without judgment, to be present for the people who need us. Because at the end of the day, the most significant accomplishments are not touchdowns or tackles, but the love, care, and connection we give to those around us. Marshawn Kneeland's story is heartbreaking, but it is also a call to action. It is a reminder that we cannot ignore the mental and emotional well-being of the people we care about. It is a plea for compassion over commentary, for support over speculation. It is a lesson in the importance of recognizing our shared humanity, even in the high-stakes, high-energy world of professional football. This young man had the world at his fingertips, yet his struggle shows us that no amount of external success can replace the care, attention, and understanding of those around us. His legacy should not only be remembered in plays and stats, but in the empathy, awareness, and respect his story inspires. So as we continue to talk about the Cowboys, about football, about the highs and lows of the game, we must also take a moment to reflect on life itself. We must remember that every player, every teammate, every fan is carrying something invisible, something deeply personal. And sometimes the most important way we can honor those we've lost is by being better to the living, by being vigilant about our words, careful with our judgments, and proactive in offering help and compassion when it is needed most. Because life is precious, unpredictable, and far too short to let pain go unnoticed. Marshawn's life and story remind us that football is more than a game, but life is more than football. And as much as we celebrate touchdowns, tackles, and victories, we must never forget the human beings behind the helmets, the people who carry dreams, fears, and struggles with them every single day. His journey, though tragically cut short, teaches us about resilience, love, loss, and the fragile but beautiful nature of life itself. It challenges us to look deeper, to act with kindness, and to never underestimate the power of connection. As we keep reflecting on Marshawn Kneeland's story, it's impossible not to think about the weight of expectations that young athletes carry, especially in the NFL. The pressure to perform, the constant spotlight, the endless comparisons, and the relentless grind can be overwhelming. Marshawn was no different. He had the talent, the drive, and the support of his teammates, but talent and opportunity alone cannot shield someone from the inner battles they may be facing. It's a stark reminder that no matter how bright someone's future appears, mental and emotional challenges don't discriminate, and success in the public eye does not guarantee peace of mind. In the days following his passing, the world saw a flood of reactions, some compassionate, some ignorant, and some cruel. But what truly matters is the way we respond as a community. Fans, teammates, coaches, and everyone who followed Marshawn's journey have an opportunity to honor him in the right way. It's not about sharing rumors or debating his life choices. It's about remembering the person behind the jersey, the young man who had dreams and fears, who loved deeply, and who deserved respect and understanding above all else. In times like these, the real victory is empathy, the kind of understanding that allows us to connect as human beings and recognize the struggles that might otherwise go unseen. Marshawn's family, his girlfriend, and his teammates were left to navigate unimaginable grief. The Cowboys organization, too, was faced with the responsibility of supporting those affected while also sharing the news with the world. Statements and condolences are important, but actions matter even more. Mental health awareness, education, and support structures for players. These are what we can take away from a tragedy like this. It's about creating a culture in sports where it's okay to speak up, to ask for help, and to be vulnerable. It's about ensuring that no one has to carry their pain alone, no matter how strong or promising they appear to be. It's also a lesson for every one of us, not just athletes. We live in a society that often equates strength with silence, that celebrates resilience without acknowledging the emotional cost. But real strength lies in confronting our pain, talking about it, and seeking support. Marshawn's story teaches us that appearances can be deceiving, that smiles can hide suffering, and that we must be vigilant, compassionate, and proactive with the people we care about. Checking in on friends and loved ones, listening without judgment, and offering help when it's needed can make all the difference. Small gestures of awareness and empathy can save lives, and that's a responsibility we all share. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of Martian's passing is knowing that there were signs, moments where someone could have intervened or reached out more deeply. It's a reminder that in sports, as in life, statistics, highlights, and accolades only tell part of the story. Behind every game, every practice, every highlight reel, there is a human being carrying a world of emotions. Coaches, teammates, family, and fans alike must remember that these young men are more than athletes. They are individuals with struggles, vulnerabilities, and emotional needs that can't be measured on a scoreboard. The reaction of the Cowboys community has been a mix of grief, shock, and reflection. People are grappling with the loss while also asking themselves difficult questions about how to prevent such tragedies in the future. How can we better support mental health in the NFL? How can we create a culture where it's okay to show vulnerability? How can fans, organizations, and peers come together to ensure that players never feel so alone that they see no other way forward? These are hard questions, but they are necessary. Tragedies like this demand honest conversations, not speculation or blame. They require us to confront uncomfortable truths and to take meaningful action in our communities. Martian's own reflections on his journey, his posts and messages, show a young man who was aware of his dreams, aware of the pressure, and aware of the emotional weight he carried. He shared moments of pride, moments of loss, and moments of reflection that revealed a deep sensitivity and love for the people in his life. From honoring his mother's memory to celebrating his accomplishments, he tried to balance grief with ambition. And while we may never fully understand the depth of his pain, we can honor his life by being more attentive, more compassionate, and more present in the lives of those around us. For fans, this is a call to action as well. Being a true supporter of a team, a player, or a community means more than cheering during victories. It means holding space for humanity, offering support, and fostering an environment where the well-being of individuals is valued above statistics or headlines. Marshawn Kneeland's story is a stark reminder that behind every highlight, every touchdown, and every tackle, there is a life that deserves care, respect, and dignity. As we continue to celebrate the game of football, it's essential to remember what truly matters. Achievements on the field are temporary, but the impact we have on others is lasting. Martian's legacy, tragic as it is, can teach us to be better fans, better teammates, and better human beings. It is a reminder to reach out to those who may be struggling, to listen without judgment, and to never underestimate the importance of emotional support. It's about creating a culture in sports and in life where people feel safe to express their pain, to ask for help, and to know they are not alone. In honoring Marshawn, we honor more than just a player. We honor his dreams, his family, his struggles, and the lessons his life and death leave us. We honor the fact that life is precious, fragile, and sometimes heartbreakingly brief. And while we will remember his highlights on the field, it is the lessons off the field, the lessons about compassion, empathy, and connection, that are perhaps the most important. Every smile, every conversation, every moment of support can make a difference. Every one of us has the power to impact someone's life positively, and Martian's story is a stark reminder of why that matters. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the NFL world, the Dallas Cowboys are reportedly making a bold push to acquire one of the brightest stars from the San Francisco 49ers. According to insiders, team owner Jerry Jones has been unusually vocal this week, dropping hints that suggest the deal could be closer than anyone anticipated. "He wants to come," Jones exclaimed during an off-the-record conversation, fueling speculation that Dallas is serious about reshaping its roster with star power. While details of the offer remain closely guarded, sources suggest that the Cowboys' proposal is not just financially eye-catching, but strategically ambitious. The move would mark a significant shakeup in the NFC, potentially shifting the balance of power between two of the league's most storied franchises. Fans and analysts alike are buzzing about the implications. Could this be the kind of blockbuster trade that redefines the Cowboys' ambitions for the coming seasons? What makes this rumor even more tantalizing is the timing. With the NFL season just around the corner, teams are already jockeying for position, and the Cowboys appear to be sending a message: They are not afraid to go after top talent, even if it means entering the crosshairs of one of the league's most competitive squads. Social media has exploded with reactions, ranging from disbelief to cautious optimism, as fans debate whether the star player would actually consider leaving the 49ers for Dallas. Historically, Jerry Jones has never been shy about chasing marquee names, and his recent comments suggest this could be another headline-grabbing chapter in his long-running saga of bold moves. While nothing is confirmed, insiders hint that preliminary talks have been encouraging and that negotiations could heat up in the coming weeks. If the Cowboys manage to pull this off, it wouldn't just be a trade. It would be a statement, signaling that Dallas is fully committed to returning to the top of the NFL hierarchy. For now, all eyes are on the rumor mill, as fans of both teams wait with bated breath to see whether this surprising pursuit will culminate in one of the most talked-about moves of the season. One thing is clear: Jerry Jones knows how to make headlines, and the Cowboys' latest maneuver might just be his boldest yet. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.